Gyökeres, M.Ødegaard, Havertz. Arsenal injury news and return dates ahead of the North London derby. Before we dive into all the latest updates from the Arsenal camp, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of Arsenal news, updates, match previews, and exclusive team insights. Now, let's get into the top Arsenal headlines coming out today. There's plenty to talk about. Arsenal head into the international break sitting at the top of the Premier League table. But their recent 2-2 draw against Sunderland left fans with mixed emotions. Despite being favourites to take all 3 points at the Stadium of Light, Mikel Arteta's men were forced to settle for a single point after a dramatic late equaliser from Brian Brobby denied them victory. However, this 2-week pause could be a blessing in disguise. The international break gives Arsenal much-needed time to recover and regroup before their huge North London derby clash with Tottenham Hotspur on Sunday, November 23rd, at the Emirates Stadium. Arteta's squad has been dealing with several injury problems in recent weeks, but the break offers a perfect opportunity for recovery. Arsenal's summer signing Victor Gyökeres missed both the Sunderland clash and the midweek Champions League fixture against Slavia Prague due to a muscular injury he picked up against Burnley. When asked for an update, Mikel Arteta explained that several players are being closely monitored, adding that the next 2 weeks will be crucial for their recovery progress. The Swedish striker is expected to return by late November, which means he could be available for the North London derby if all goes well. M.Ødegaard has endured a frustrating start to the season. After recovering from a shoulder injury, he suffered a fresh knee issue in the game against West Ham last month. The Norwegian has featured for just 204 minutes in the Premier League this season and remains sidelined. However, Ødegaard is making steady progress and could be back in contention later this month, just in time for Tottenham. His leadership and creativity will be vital for Arsenal's title ambitions in the coming weeks. Kai Havertz has also had a difficult start to the campaign, having played just 30 minutes of league football before sustaining a knee injury in the opening match against Manchester United. The German midfielder underwent minor surgery and has been slowly building up fitness under Arteta's watchful eye. Arteta recently said, "Let's see how he absorbs the load first when he starts to train with us. In the first few weeks, we'll have to manage the amount of minutes he gets." The medical team is expected to take a cautious approach, meaning Havertz will likely return by early December. G.Martineli has been sidelined since suffering a knock against Crystal Palace in October and was not part of the squad that faced Sunderland. Fortunately, the Brazilian winger's injury isn't serious, and he could be back in full training once the international break concludes. His return would be a huge boost to Arsenal's attack as they prepare for a busy run of fixtures. Noni Madueke's promising Arsenal career has also been interrupted by a knee injury sustained back in September. The winger has missed close to 2 months of action but is edging closer to a return. He's expected to be available for selection towards the end of November, potentially giving Arteta another attacking option ahead of a packed December schedule. Finally, G.Jesus remains out as he continues his recovery from a cruciate ligament injury suffered in January during the FA Cup tie against Manchester United. Although the Brazilian striker has resumed light training, Arteta emphasized the importance of taking things step by step. He's been doing everything on his own. Now he's got very competitive players around him, and let's see how he copes with that. But he's full of energy, said the Arsenal boss. Jesus is expected to make his full return around mid-December. With the North London derby on the horizon, Arsenal fans will be hoping for a positive turnaround on the injury front. If everything goes according to plan, several key stars, including Ødegaard, Martinelli and Gyökeres, could be fit and ready to face Tottenham in what promises to be one of the biggest matches of the season. On the other side, Arsenal returned to work at the Sober Realty Training Centre with a noticeably reduced group as 11 players departed for international duty. The Gunners enter the break still top of the Premier League table, despite dropping points for the first time since late September after a 2-2 draw away at Sunderland. With the late equaliser proving costly, Mikel Arteta will use this period to reset, refine key areas, and prepare for the crucial clash against Tottenham on the 23rd of November. The international call-ups span across Europe and South America, confirming the strong influence Arsenal players continue to have with their national teams. Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice, and Eberechi joined England for their final World Cup qualifiers, while the Spanish trio of Mikel Merino, David Raya, and Martin Zubimendi travelled to represent the reigning European champions. William Saliba is with France for their decisive fixtures, and Gabriel links up with Brazil, who remain in London for friendlies. Elsewhere, Jurrien Timber joins the Netherlands squad, Leandro Trossard represents Belgium, and Riccardo Calafiori lines up for Italy as they close out their qualification campaign. With such a large group away, training at Sober Realty focused on maintaining sharpness for those not representing their countries. The remaining players took part in high-tempo drills, fitness sessions, and tactical walkthroughs designed to keep the internal standards high during the quieter period. Coaches emphasized close control work, defensive structure, and transitional movements to ensure the squad maintains momentum when the full team returns. The smaller group also allowed Arsenal staff to give more personalized attention to individual development plans. Recovery routines, strength work, and short field tactical exercises formed the core of this week's program. Despite the reduced numbers, the intensity remained strong as everyone worked to stay prepared ahead of the return to Premier League action. With the squad spread across international commitments, Arsenal will closely monitor all travelling players as they compete in qualifiers and friendlies around the world. The focus at home remains steady. Stay sharp, stay fit, and ensure the team is ready for the derby against Spurs once the internationals return. The coaching staff also used the reduced numbers to concentrate on tactical flexibility, running small group scenarios that are harder to replicate when the full squad is present. These sessions focused on quick rotations, pressing triggers, and building out from the back under controlled pressure. The aim was simple: keep the non-internationals fully aligned with the game model, so the rhythm isn't lost while many key players are away. Off the grass, the remaining group maintained a strong routine in the gym, working on conditioning and strength programs tailored to their individual needs. With the schedule set to intensify immediately after the break, these sessions are crucial to ensuring every player, regardless of their international involvement, returns in peak physical shape. Staff encouraged players to use the quieter environment to sharpen details that are often difficult to prioritize during congested match weeks. The mood around the training center stayed positive, with players embracing the extra attention and controlled workload. The focus remains on keeping the team balanced and fully prepared so that once the internationals return, Arsenal can quickly shift into full match preparation mode for the derby against Tottenham. In other news, Arsenal have reportedly been told that AC Milan are willing to sell Rafael Leao for a fee as low as €80 million next year. Arsenal completed the signings of both Eberechi Eze and Noni Madueke this summer. However, neither player is best when deployed on the left flank, while some speculation has suggested that Leandro Trossard or Gabriel Martinelli could leave the Gunners next summer. As a result, Arsenal have been looking for a suitable replacement, and they have identified the likes of Antoine Semenyo, Rodrigo and Leao as key targets, as per reports. Chelsea are also reportedly monitoring Leao's situation at San Siro, despite the recent arrivals of both Jamie Gittins and Alejandro Garnacho, although Arsenal are ready to accelerate their interest in his signature during the upcoming January transfer window. That is according to Court Offside, who claim that Arteta views Leao as the perfect player to strengthen Arsenal's attack. Furthermore, it's reported that Milan are willing to sell Leao for between €80 to €85 million next year, despite the fact his current contract at the club includes a release clause worth €150 million. Leao has scored 5 goals and provided 1 assist in 8 appearances across all competitions so far this season, and it's understood that he could be tempted to leave Milan after spending the last 6.5 years at the club. However, Arsenal are set to face a fierce transfer battle for his signature, with Manchester City, Paris Saint-Germain and the aforementioned Chelsea also keeping tabs on his development, as per Court Offside. Leao's current contract at Milan runs until 2028, but the Serie A giants will reportedly consider a sale next year if they are unable to agree a new deal with the Portugal international. Meanwhile, Arsenal are reportedly 1 step away from finalizing a contract extension agreement with Bukayo Saka. The England international has 1.5 years remaining on his current deal at the Emirates Stadium, and he has been locked in talks over fresh terms for several months. As exclusively reported by Football Transfers back in September, Saka is set to receive a significant pay rise when he pens a new contract with Mikel Arteta's side, and a full agreement is now on the verge of being reached. That is according to transfer expert Nicolo Shearer, who posted on X, Bukayo Saka is 1 step away to extend his contract with Arsenal until 2030, He will also receive a very important increase in salary. Arsenal spent a whopping €293.5 million on 7 new signings last summer, and they are now prioritizing contract extensions with their most important players. Saliba, Raya and Magalhaes have all signed new deals in recent months, and the Gunners are now in advanced talks with Timber, Rice and Saka, as per reports. When asked about the possibility of Saka signing a new contract in September, Arsenal boss Arteta told reporters, "I would love that. From everything that I know, he is a player who is extremely happy and proud to have the role that he has at the football club. Things will develop in a natural way, like they always do, and everyone knows how important Bukayo is for us. Hopefully we can do it." Saka has made a total of 277 first-team appearances for Arsenal, scoring 76 goals, and his estimated transfer value currently stands at €97.5 million.